But next, home and away hottie Paul O'Brien takes on a brand new challenge. We'll catch up with him after this short break. Good morning, Perth. A live shot of the city there for you. A sunny day ahead with a top temperature of 24 degrees.
Well, for many Aussie actors, a gig in Summer Bay is the launching pad for a great career.
And now, just like Chris Hemsworth, Melissa George and Isla Fisher before him, former home and away hottie Paul O'Brien is headed for the bright lights of Hollywood. Growing up on the Gold Coast, Paul O'Brien began his working life as a chef, but showbiz always beckoned, and at 21, he moved to the Big Smoke to try and get his big break. He became a household name on Home and Away as the town cop and Martha's longtime lover, Jack Holden. He even scored a Logie in 2006.
Last year, I actually snuck into the after party. And I was a really poor, struggling actor with a dream, and now I'm holding one of these and drinking champagne with you fine people.
That same year, Paul was named Cleo Bachelor of the Year's first runner-up. But he's not just a pretty face. Paul also surfs, skis, salsa dances. Oh, and did we mention he can sing? Finishing up his role in the Bay earlier this year, Paul's now got his sights set on Hollywood.
But right now he's in Melbourne and he joins us from there. Good morning to you, Paul. Nice to see you, mate.
Hello, guys. It's been a while.
Yeah. Now, listen, hey, you headed to LA a little earlier this year. How does it work? You get off the plane and what do?
You get scared and confused, and then you kind of walk around and try and get your bearings. But it's day by day, and there's so many Aussies over there, so they sort of give you a little bit of guidance. Fortunately, Chris was there, and he kind of helped me out. And you just kind of start. I mean, initially, you need a manager, you need an agent, and you get yourself a car and accommodation, and you sort of go from there.
You mentioned Chris. You're talking about, of course, Chris Hemsworth, who's doing great guns in Star Trek at the moment. So has he been a guiding light for you?
He has. Well, I mean, he's been out of town for a bit, but initially we were kicking around and we were surfing as well. So it's really nice to be able to go somewhere and still surf and do something that you really enjoy and do it with a mate as well. So it was great. Now,
one of the big meetings you had was with the creator of Happy Days. What happens at a meeting like that? What do you talk about? Do you have to go, hey, how's it working?
No, I mean, Gary, I've met met Gary Marshall a few times, and so it's pretty much just, oh, hey, mate, how you doing? A bit of a chat. He calls me the Aussie, and he invites me to his theatre. My roommate, actually, in LA, she plays softball with him. So I've watched a few games of softball, and so that's the connection there. OK,
now, you talk about being an Aussie. What about this American accent? I'm fascinated by how you guys have got to sort of turn that around. How do you practice it? And is it, you know, do you have to have one to make it over there?
You do, just because there really aren't that many Aussie roles for you. And I went to a phonetics coach, so that's just learning how to speak American. And it's good. I mean, it's the hardest thing, though, especially initially when you go over there and it's like, OK, you need to talk with an American accent, so don't talk to mum and dad, don't talk to anyone back in Australia with the Aussie accent. And it's really hard because you're trying to interpret every time you talk, so it's pretty hard to have a decent conversation half the time. And my humour just went out the window. I couldn't be funny. I was too busy trying to think about how to say stuff.
Do you have to choose where you're from? When you're picking an American accent, do you have to go, OK, I'm going to go for a Californian accent or a New York accent, and that's the way I'm going to roll?
Yeah, well, the LA accent is pretty much, it's a neutral, general American accent.
OK.
So, yeah.
OK, now, a couple of years back, Cleo Bachelor of the Year, you were the runner-up. What's the bachelorhood status at the moment? We need an update, Paul.
Oh, big glass of water. That is nervous, Carly.
I know, it is. It's so dry in here. I think at the end of the day, you're always looking for love, and I'm sure there's a beautiful girl for me out there somewhere.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
He's putting it out there.
Back home.
I did, didn't I? I just went, ring.
Back home now. Have you got the boarding pass to get back to LA already, or how long are you around for?
I'm coming pretty close. I mean, pilot season essentially is finished over there, so I've come back for a little bit, living with mum and dad again. There's some great things that are happening in Australia. It's always the way you leave just to come back sometimes. So it looks like I'll be here for a little while, but LA is the 10-year plan without a doubt, just because there is so much stuff over there, and Aussies are doing very well.
OK, well, good luck with it all, Paul. I think you need to give us a farewell, a goodbye in Yank speak, you know, just for the extra practice, can you?
OK, guys, I'll do my best, but, you know, it's been great being back here. You see what I mean? I start to interpret, I can't speak properly. Thanks for having me.
Very happy days-ish. And you know when you're a huge star over there, when you come back, you still got to stay with mum and dad. You know that, don't you?
Absolutely,
right,
always. Mate. Love mum's cooking.
Good to see you.
OK, see you guys.
Good luck with it all. OK.